they would be explained by therapists, oh, it's because you're sexually, you've seen multiple different women, and so it's not working with you and your girlfriend in a monogamous way. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you for telling me. They were able to drop pornography cold turkey. And I thought, that's so different than Mormon men. Like, nobody drops pornography cold turkey. Nobody. It is with you constantly. And I tried to think of what was the difference between these other men and Mormon men. The other men, it was a choice. Their girlfriends weren't going to leave them for watching porn. Nobody thought less of them. Nobody. It was just something they realized was hurting them, and they alone said this, and so they were able to let it go. But for Mormon men, you have no choice. You are addicted every day till the day you lie. My parents didn't make it to my opening because my father was at some kind of sex addict thing. And I was like, Mom, you're missing the point. I don't care that Dad watches porn. I'm a little upset about what happened to me, though. I said, I do this slave, and I thought, what does slavery mean in Utah? And it's porn or sexual. It's hurting. Orange is the color of sexual hurt. Or so I was told. Reiki blessing, it's the color of sexual something, and for me it's hurt. This is middle finger Mary. This is reactions to Oak's talk. Not only did Oakes attack the LGBT community, he attacked secular thought, which I see the fruits of that kind of philosophy or slave intellectual thought. We teach positive attitudes. We teach forgiveness. So many Mormons bring up forgiveness like I haven't. I have loved my father profoundly, and I always will, and I do not appreciate somebody telling me that I just haven't figured out how to be merciful enough yet. I'm not sorry I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This is Sam Young. Sam came to my art show, and that was so great. He did very nicely. And Sam is my hero because he sees the problem. The problem is so much worthiness into views, and even when the children aren't raped, it's what we're teaching the youth. That creates these problems. Again, the men are repressed, and we shame them mercilessly, and then the women, we see them as naive and sexless, and it creates a dichotomy. Yeah, I think the problem goes, it's all the way around. Everything was wrong with worthiness interviews. That's why there's an A on the temple, and A stands for shame. There's a problem. Sam didn't eat for 3 weeks trying to protest worthiness interviews. He's dedicated his life to saving your children. There is a problem when the man who fights to protect your children is the same man who is not allowed in your temple. I'm right there with Sam. I made this piece Christmas Eve, this on Christmas Day. Mary had a lot of pain. And again, I don't look at these pictures when I draw. It's like some kind of Edward Scissorhand thing with different altars. So I drew this and I looked at it and I'm like, goodness, Jesus, you're knocking Mary out. What's that about? I told myself you're going to find out the answer right here. And I was listening to me. Yeah. And then I did. It said, oh, I would rate the future if I put my finger on that. And so I wrote it and I said, yes, that fits. Mary was hurting very badly. That makes sense. If Mary carried the mother, if Mary carried Jesus, the man who felt all the pain of the universe. Imagine that would be heavy. I liked this. I wrote Carpenter's Kiss, and then the paint dripped down from Jesus' lips right to where that was. Kind of an ironic thing. Mary was pregnant. What does it mean? And then this piece. I went and told my family on Christmas Day, just not my father, and they didn't know how to handle this. They didn't know what to say. I'm not very good at small talk these days. I'm sure a lot of you picked that up. So these were kind of their expressions that I felt. It was supposed to say, you bury me with your quiet love. But on Christmas Day, Barry turned aside. I very much did feel like a Lazarus. And I can see some of the signs that talk about things that come out of me when I draw, like the number 4. And there's a nail in that coffin. A letter A again. This is my family. And this is an important piece because I want to say that I think one of the reasons I'm a cool case of DID is because I was loved her family growing up. My whole family. So much. And that's why my altars are strong. And why I wanted to make this a happy piece. But my hurt came out. You can see this is one of my altars. We changed physically. And it's I'm scared. I'm scared. And I need help. And that can start with funds. This is one of my altars too. You can see her hurt. That slump, my shoulder, there's sleep paralysis references over here. I won't put it to you that is, but I tried to make a happy picture. No, my goodness, that's another altar too. There's a 7 and an X in my eyes. I tried to make a happy picture, but I felt so much hurt and I finally let it out, and that's all right. I love my family still. I hope you can feel that in the agonized lines. This is my father. Doesn't look like him, but oh my goodness. This is The Man in Lolita. It's about pedophiles. And actually, I have a lot of sympathy for pedophiles because they're products of very similar hurt. When girls are abused, we usually reenact the role of the victim when we grow up, but men reenact the role of the abuser. They can't talk about it. If you can't tell your wife that you watch pornography, how in the world are you going to tell her that for some reason you want to hurt children? You can't say those things, so you keep it inside. This is what repression does to men who are hurt. It's not a good cycle. In Lolita, he says that his paradise is painted the color of hell flames. I remember from my father too. He hated himself for what he did to me, but it didn't stop. Made it worse. Do not teach men or little boys to hate themselves for sexual feelings, because don't do that. It makes it worse. This is I believe that's my childhood home. It doesn't look like it, but it feels like it. There are faces in the window. And this is, but it did happen, I write. It's a tribute to Magnolia. That's how I felt so much of my life, because I wasn't supposed to talk about this. That is another problem within the LDS Church. We're ashamed of our victims. We're ashamed of that. Don't talk about that, Christina. My dad went to jail. Well, my mom walked in when I was almost 15, and she called the bishop, called the police. They didn't check on anything that he said, and they said he touched me a few times, and I said the same thing, because I was only 14. I loved my dad. He was my best friend. And so we packed up and moved to Utah and said, don't tell anyone, we're starting over, don't tell anyone ever. That's where the A comes to. When you have to keep what happened to you a secret, you carry the shame. Like a slut on a corner. Do not tell your children to be quiet if you hurt them, because they will hold that hurt inside of them. Do not tell people who at church, do not tell people bearing their testimonies about their hurts. Do not tell them to be quiet.